All right, and to finally cap off these predictions, I'm having tons of fun doing this, by the way. To cap off the list, we're going to look at some GBA games. Before I begin, I did have to go ahead and this is another one I had to make myself just because the lists that were already on Tier Maker were kind of lame. No disrespect to anybody else, but they were kind of lame. I have already omitted games where licensing it was obviously going to be an obvious problem. So Disney, Nickelodeon, ESPN, Madden, FIFA, Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers, Celebrity, and let me tell you, there were so many damn Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and Lizzie McGuire games and SpongeBob on this freaking library. Like, holy shit! There were so many. Like, this really was like Game Boy Advance. As much as I love this platform, good lord, what is it? Just a dump of just everything. There was so much everything on this platform, like just dump, just like trash games, like dollar bin games. Like, it was crazy the amount of just everything that was on this platform. Starting off with, I'm gonna zoom in here and I'm going to place myself, meow. Gabriel Paradise, thank you for the follow. And I'm going to place myself here. Ace Combat Advance. It's Namco, and Nintendo and Bandai Namco have a very healthy relationship. So I will actually put Ace Combat Advance. I'll actually put that as a most likely spaceport. You'll never find a hive, a more wretched hive of scum and villainy, unless you go to Twitter. That's like the third time I've rubbed Twitter the wrong way. Okay, Advance Wars 1 and 2. I'm gonna put these under It's Already There. It's kind of a mix of No Chance in Hell and It's Already There, only because they're getting remakes. So there's like no reason to put the old GBA versions of these games on the platform. I could be completely wrong about that one. So I'm sticking it under It's Already There due to remakes. So that one's not happening. Now, Altered Beast is interesting because it's technically a Sega IP. So I actually could see that one as a maybe. Too bad Altered Beast Guardian of the Realm was a terrible game. 3D Pool. I was gonna say 3D Pool might have been a maybe, but then I saw someone's name attached to it, so no, I'm gonna say no chance in hell on that one. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Maybe. A very thin maybe. A very thin maybe. A very, very, very thin maybe. Like, a cold chance that it could happen, but I won't rule it out. I just won't rule it out. Banjo-Kazooie Granny's Revenge. I'm gonna say maybe. And same to Banjo Pilot. They made Banjo-Kazooie happen. So you just never know. You never know. You know, I'm gonna put them as a maybe. Baseball Advance. You know what? It's THQ, so I actually say maybe just because THQ and Embracer and all that. So I'll actually say that. Plus, some sports games do wind up on these collections and whatnot. Now, here's all your favorite game. The Bible game. You know, everybody's favorite game. I know y'all just are crushing to have the Bible game on there. That's not happening. And it's ironic that I put the Bible game under No Chance in Hell. Blackthorn, as much as I would love for Blackthorn to be on there, technically, it's already there. The Blizzard game collection is on the Switch. You can go buy it right now, and it has multiple variation versions of Blackthorn. So technically, it's already there. Blades of Thunder. I'll put that one as a maybe. A lot of maybes right now. Blades of Thunder. Because, yeah. Now, these are two interesting ones right here. These are very, very interesting ones. And these are kind of forgotten games. But it's owned by Konami. And Konami, like I've said before, tends to be pretty chill with this stuff. Boktai. Boktai came out around the same time that Mega Man Battle Network 4 came out. So I want to say around 2005, 2006 and whatnot. Boktai was actually a pretty interesting little game. Has a very devout fan following. Very underrated games. Very underrated games. Yeah, they're referenced in Battle Network 4 and 5 and all that. Yeah. Basically, you are Solar Boy Django, and you use sunlight to kill monsters and vampires. You have a sunlight gun. Yeah. It's pretty interesting, and there was a module. I believe this was the game that had the module that actually used actual light sources like sunlight or lamps and stuff like that, and to actually like power up your character and stuff like that. Now, how would it work needing sunlight? That's the kicker in all of this. Yeah, you had to go outside because the cartridge detected UV rays and it affected your in-game weapon. Now, unfortunately, the UV ray thing does kind of throw a wrench into this because it kind of needed that. So I'm putting Boktai as a very thin maybe. In fact, you know what? No. I'm sorry, but I'm actually going to put Boktai as no chance in hell. Bomberman Max. I'll say maybe on the Max 2. Same thing for the other Bombermans. I said Bomberman Max 1 would be on there. Bomberman Max 2, I'll put it as a maybe. Bomberman Tournament, you know what? Just because. I'll put Bomberman Tournament as a most likely, you know. I will talk about Pokemon in just a minute. Boulder Dash EX. I don't know why it's on here twice. I must have accidentally uploaded the thing twice, so whatever. Boulder Dash EX, I'll put it as a maybe, and I'll put the other alternate art next to it. Breath of Fire 1 and 2. I'm gonna say most likely just because they already have Breath of Fire on the Nintendo Switch Online. So, yeah, I will say maybe, most likely. Who knows? Bubble Bobble, old and new. I'll say it, yep. Here's why these aren't going on there. Because they're already on there. Both the Castlevania Game Boy Advance games are already on the Switch. There's the Advance Collection, or at least there's the Advance Collection. Cats, say it as a maybe. It's Ubisoft. Now, Contra Advance EX, from what I understand or remember, this was pretty much a port of the Super Nintendo Contra. So I'm gonna say it's already there. Since pretty sure, yeah, that Contra is already on there. Okay, Crash. There was a lot of Crash Bandicoots. There was a lotta. There was a lotta Crash Bandicoots, and y'all please give me a break on the box art if something's here, if it's not. Please give me a break. I had to sift through 1,400 box arts. So if something's not there by accident, calm down, okay? I had to sift through 1,400 of these damn things because Tiermaker only allows me to upload 200. And then I had to manually convert those images from PNG to JPEG, and I could only do 20 of those at a time. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Anywho, I'm actually going to say maybe. I'm actually going to say maybe to this one, and I'll actually say maybe to this Crash. I'll say no to that one just because they're not. I'm just picking out I'm just picking out certain Crash games. I don't think they'll put every single Crash game on there. I think there is a chance that they might put some on there. I'll even say Nitro Kart. I know Nitro Kart already got re-released, but you know what? Mario Kart 8's on the Switch, and yet they put the GBA Mario Kart on there. So I'm gonna say yeah. I'll even say yeah to that one. Sure, I'll give them 3. Yep. Crazy Taxi, Sega. I'll say yes to Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride. I'll say yes, or maybe. I'll say maybe. Deadly Skies, it's Konami. Konami's pretty chill about this stuff, so I'll say maybe to Deadly Skies. Donkey Kong King of Swing, it's happening. That one's happening. Dogs, again, Ubisoft and Nintendo work pretty well. I could see them putting dogs alongside cats on there. I could see it. Those were pretty popular. Dogs and cats and that whole series of games they did. Dogs and cats were actually pretty popular. Where was I? Oh, yeah. It's happening. I know they're already on the Super Nintendo, but it's Donkey Kong Country, so it's happening. Double Dragon Advance. I will actually say most likely on Double Dragon Advance. Dragon Ball Z Taiketsu. Nope. That's not happening. Drill Dozer. It's happening. Earthworm Jim. I'm gonna say maybe on the Earthworm Jims. I will say maybe on the Earthworm Jims, or at least these variations of them. Maybe. F-Zero GP Legend, yeah, that's happening. And Maximum Velocity, it's already there. But I'm gonna go ahead and say GP Legend will absolutely happening. Okay. Now I gotta be for real about these. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls, Final Fantasy 4 Advance, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and Final Fantasy 5 and 6 Advance. Now, I need everybody to hear me out on this one. Already there? Technically not. Pixel Remaster is not as same as the advanced versions because Dawn of Souls and 4, 5, and 6 Advance were also very, very different games with very different content. So I cannot say that the Pixel Remasters are the same as these games. So no, I'm afraid that doesn't count. However, Square Enix does not like to put stuff on NSO. They're very, very picky about that. So I do not think they will put 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 on the NSO. I do not think they will do it. I don't see them doing it. There hasn't been a Final Fantasy game on NES. There hasn't been a Final Fantasy game on SNES. There has not been one on Game Boy. There has not been one on Game Boy Advance thus far. This could change, but right now, as far as it stands, I see no reason to anticipate any Final Fantasy games on Nintendo Switch Online. Final Fight 1, I could see maybe on Final Fight 1. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, here's the deal. Fire Emblem, that one is already happening. And I'm telling you right now, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones it's happening. That one was actually really good. Fire Pro Wrestling. You know what? I'm going to say it. I actually think Fire Pro, but okay. I'll put a maybe on Fire Pro Wrestling 2, but I will put a most likely on Fire Pro Wrestling 1. Just because, to appease the chat, I will put Tactics Advance under a maybe. The numericals, I'm telling you, these aren't happening. Anywho. KB getting beat up tonight. Yes, he is. I had that in there twice. Only now do I realize I had this in here twice. Oh well. Sorry. It's happening. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I will put Gauntlet under a maybe. Metabots. Doubt it. Gekido. I'll put Gekido under a maybe. Just cause, why not? Golden Sun's happening. Why do I have gold? I have Golden Sun in here twice. See, look, I had to sift through 1,400 box art, so you're gonna see. You might see doubles in there. I'll put Gradius under a maybe. Grand Theft Auto, no chance in hell. Gunstar Heroes, Sega. So I actually say most likely to Gunstar Heroes, or Super Gunstar Heroes. I actually say Gunstar Superheroes. Harvest Moon, I know there's weird shit going on with Natsume, but you know what? Sure, why not? Jet Set Radio, I'll set Jet Set Radio as a Jet Grind Radio. Jet Grind Radio, I'll put that as a maybe. King of Fighters EX. SNK seems to work pretty well with Nintendo, so I'll actually say both of the King of Fighters EX games I'll actually put those as a maybe. I'll put them as a maybe. Kingdom Hearts. Calling my shot. Calling my shot. I'm calling my shot. With everything that happened with Kingdom Hearts, with everything that happened with Kingdom Hearts, with everything that happened with Kingdom Hearts when Sora got announced, and the fact that even though it was stream only, which was stupid, that they had the first 3 Kingdom Hearts games streaming on the Switch, which again was stupid. That was so dumb that they did it that way. For all we know, something might have gotten worked out with this one. And remember, these deals are made years in advance. We have to remember that this kind of stuff, these kind of deals and licensing and stuff like that, all of that kind of stuff is done years in advance. So bear in mind, stuff like this, decisions like this are not made overnight and then suddenly executed the next day. So for all we know, it could happen. Maybe. I'm leaving it as a most likely. You know why? Because someone's gonna maul over it. That's why. Kirby Night and Air in Dreamland is happening. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, it's already on there. Klonoa, I'm calling it right now. Klonoa 1's gonna happen. I'm calling it. Klonoa 1 will happen. I will put Klonoa 2 as a maybe, but I'm telling you right now, Klonoa 1 is happening. I'm calling my shot. Konami Crazy Racers. No. This one. Yep. Yep. That one's gonna happen. Yep. That one's already there. Lost Vikings. It's technically already there because it's part of the Blizzard collection. Lufia. I'll put Lufia as a maybe. Lufia, been around for a while. Nintendo was very kind to the Lufia games. I'll say maybe to I'll say maybe to this particular Lufia game. Lunar. I will say maybe to Lunar. I will give a very hard maybe to Lunar. Yeah, they're older RPG games that you don't really see much out of anymore, but I'll say maybe. I see y'all getting triggered by Chain of Memories in the chat. I see y'all getting triggered hard by Chain of Memories in the chat. So you know what? I'm in a destructive mood tonight, and I choose the chaos option. I'm moving Chain of Memories to It's Happening. I will call my shot, and I will call my shot hard, and I hope that the chat just hashtag cancels KB for this. I choose chaos. Superstar Saga is already there. Mario Golf Advance Tour is happening. Super Circuit's already there. Mario Party Advance will happen. I choose chaos. That's right, I choose chaos. Mario Pinball Land, it's Mario, so it's happening. Mario Power Tennis, it's happening. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, now this one was really good. It's happening. Mega Mans. Now, before I talk about Mega Man and Bass, that, Battle Network 2, Battle Network 3, Blue and White, Battle Network 4, Blue and Red, Battle Network 5, Proto Man and Colonel, Battle Network 6, what was the name of that? Bowser and Gregar, and Battle Network 1 are already there because the Battle Network Challenge is coming out in, I believe, April. Mega Man 0, 2, 3, 4, 1. Why is Battle Chip Challenge in here twice? Dadgummit thing. Those are technically already on the Switch in the 0ZX collection. So they're already there. Now let me tell you about Mega Man and Bass. It is not on any collection at all right now whatsoever. It's not even on any Mega Man collections right now. It's just not. This is the one game that, this is actually one of the few Mega Man games that actually gets ignored. Which is why I'm putting it under maybe. Because it did get its actual US release what its official US release actually was the GBA version, even though the game originally came out on Super Famicom in Japan only and did not see an official North American release until the GBA. It's also significant because they released this game in North America during the 15th anniversary of Mega Man. So there is some significance here. So there it is. I'm saying a maybe to Mega Man in base. Zero mission, it's happening. Fusion's already there. Mortal Kombat. Not happening. Also, because Warner Brothers. Mr. Driller 2. Telling you right now, it's happening. Onimusha Tactics. You know what? I'm actually gonna say a maybe to Onimusha Tactics. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling. Fantasy Star Collection. Here's why it's already there. Fantasy Star 1, 2, and 3 are technically already on the Switch. You can go play them right now. Pitfall, The Lost Expedition. It's not happening. Pitfall is a dead franchise. Let it go. Sorry, guys. Pitfall's a dead franchise. Let it go. I'm sorry. It is. It's dead, and we killed it. It's dead. I'm sorry. Pitfall's dead. Mean? Well, and y'all should have bought more copies of it back in the early 2000s and 90s and 80s. Then y'all should have bought more copies of it. I'm not the bad guy here. You're the ones that didn't blow your damn money. You're the ones that didn't blow your damn money on Pitfall. Whose fault is that? I'm not the one who killed Pitfall. I bought Pitfall the Mayan Adventure and had Pitfall on the television. I supported Pitfall. You guys didn't support Pitfall. It's your fault. God damn it. I'm the only one that wanted Pitfall. Not you, chat. Emerald. I'm gonna say I'm most likely on Emerald. I'm gonna say yes to Fire Red. I'm gonna say it's happening to Leaf Green. I'm gonna say it's happening to Ruby. I'm gonna say it's happening to Sapphire, and I don't want to hear about anybody wishing for a port of the 3DS versions of Ruby and Sapphire. Let it go. Oh my god! They're porting that. They're porting that. Yeah. Pokemon Pinball. Yep. It's happening. Where were the Hamtaro games? No, not happening. Puyo Pop. Most likely. R-Type 3. Most likely. Okay, now this is now here's some funky ones right here. I actually am going to say that Rayman Advance will wind up on there. I'll say Rayman Advance will wind up on there. I just have a feeling. Maybe on Hoodlum's Revenge, although I doubt it, but I am actually gonna go ahead and tell you right now, more than likely it's happening that Rayman Raving Rabbids will happen. I think so. Rayman 3, I'll put a hard maybe on Rayman 3. Shining Force. I'll say maybe to Shining Force. I'll give a hard maybe to Shining Force. Pretty good game. It's actually pretty good. Shining Soul was also really good, and I will give that one a maybe. I will give Shining Soul and Shining Force, I will give them maybes. Sega and Nintendo, I'm calling my shot right now. You better put all 3 of these so I don't look like a fucking fool in front of my chat like I already look like tonight. I'm calling my shot. Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3 will wind up on GBA. And if not, hashtag cancel KB. Sonic Battle. You know what? I'll even call a further shot. I'll say a maybe on Sonic Battle. Street Fighter Alpha 3. That's hilarious. No. Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2. That one's happening. That one's happening. Sonic Battle would be cool. It would, but I doubt it's gonna happen. Super Mario Advance 3 Yoshi's Island. Yeah, it's happening. How do I know this? Because Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3 is already on there. Which means Super Mario Advance will be on there. Super Monkey Ball. Calling it right now. Super Monkey Ball Jr. will be on there. Super Puzzle Fighter 2. You know what? I'm gonna be weird about this one. I'm actually gonna give a maybe to Puzzle Fighter 2. No, I'm not, because it's already on there. I think. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, technically, yes, this one's already there because it's on the Capcom Arcade second stadium. So technically, Puzzle Fighter 2 is already on the platform. There we go. It's already on the platform. Super Robot Tyson. I'll say a maybe to these. I will say a maybe to these. Now, before somebody says Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is already on there, technically, yes, but this is Turbo Revival, and this was basically a GBA version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, so it's a little bit different, so that's why I'm gonna say no chance in hell to this particular game. I know Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is already on the Switch because of the Capcom Arcade stuff and the Capcom Fighters collection, so I do know those are there. But this particular Game Boy Advance variation of this game, no, they're not putting that one. No chance in hell. Sword of Mana. Square Enix, I swear to God, I'm calling another shot here, and I don't want to be hashtag cancel KB'd anymore. You better put Sword of Mana on there because this was a beautiful, beautiful remake of Seiken 1, aka the first of the Mana series, aka Final Fantasy Adventure. Sword of Mana was so good. Put it on there. I'm calling my shot now. Put Sword of Mana on there, you bastards. Put it on there. Square Enix, stop being stupid. Put it on there. Damn it. Tactics Ogre. I'm gonna say maybe to Tactics Ogre. Blech. I'm gonna say maybe to Tactics. I'm gonna say maybe to Tactics Ogre. I'm going to say maybe. I'm going to say maybe. Maybe. Tales of Fantasia. I'll actually say I'm most likely to Tales of Fantasia. Tekken Advance. Nope. Not happening. Tetris Worlds. It's happening. Wario Land 4. It's happening. WarioWare Twisted. It's happening. Before you say gyroscope, Switch has a gyroscope. Yggdra Union. I'm actually gonna say a maybe to that one. Yoshi's Topsy Turvy. It's happening. Yoshi's Universe. I think that's the same game. Whatever. I think that's the same. I think this is the same game, but I could be wrong. I think that's the European name for it. Whatever. Either way, yeah, that's fine. Last but not least, Zone of the Enders. I'm gonna be weird here. I'm actually gonna say a maybe to Zone of the Enders. Fist of Mars. I'm actually gonna say a maybe to that one. Because again, it's Konami and Nintendo, and Konami usually work pretty decently together. So even after getting beat up by my chat, yeah, bigger list of what I'm calling and predicting for for it's happening. Bigger list compared to Game Boy Color, and bigger list compared to original Game Boy. Mostly just because there were a shit ton of games that got released for Game Boy Advance. A shit ton. It was a good handheld. It was very good.